What's Gucci with it, veterans, military? Today we're going to be talking about what? VA claims exams, or the infamous VA compensation and pension exams. You like this type of content? Like, share, subscribe, comment down below your personal experience, buddy's experience when it comes to the claims process and get compensation. You know what I'm talking about. So, the majority of y'all is going to these exams. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing. Y'all go in. Y'all may say some things that could hurt you. You may say some things that could help you. But overall, you don't know the foundation of what an exam should be. So, step number one. Whenever you get notified of a compensation and pension exam for any VA disability, you want to make sure and verify that you're going in for that specific claim that you filed for. If you file for back increase, if you file for migraines, if you file for PTSD, you want to ensure that that exam is going to cover whichever specific disability in which you submitted for. Now, if you submitted for like 10 things and you only got an exam for 2 or 3 things, that's cool. Just verify still, give them a call. You should either get a call, email, or something in the mail that's going to notify you of that exam that's coming up. And then from there, verify that it's going to be the correct exam. Nothing crazy, you know, it's just like simple P's and Q's. Going on from that, you want to make sure that on end for PTSD, insomnia, anxiety, migraines, allergic rhinitis, sinusitis, you want to make sure that you go prepared. Disability benefits questionnaire, whether it be a blank copy or a filled out copy from one of your VA doctor or personal care provider, you want to make sure you take in a DBQ for that specific exam along with your medical evidence that you supplied for that specific exam. Now, I know a majority of veterans are lazy. You don't want to do the extra work needed in order to get the extra compensation that comes along with any service connection and anything higher than a 0% compensatable. As long as you're not, getting an SMC level. It comes with compensation, money in the bank. So with that being said, you should definitely go in it, like I said, interview for a job that's going to be paying you $200,000 a year, balling motherfucking Drake status over there. Hopefully you ain't got no ex or some mistress, or what you call male mistress, gigolo, whatever the case, posting and leaking your news online. No. Hey, you're going in ready for this exam. You want to make sure that you have everything needed, because I've seen every single day, we got veterans going into exams and the examiner can't pull their medical record. They can't open up their STR. They can't pull anything that they submitted for that claim. So what, intern, what do? So the 2 weeks that you've been waiting for this exam, you go in, the examiner tells you, oh, I couldn't get a hold of your record for the last 2 weeks. So we're just going to wing it. I got my sticky note because you don't know shit. And I'll fill out the sticky note. I'll talk to you about 5-10 minutes. And then you go about your day. You wait another 4 to 5 months for that denial or that 0% VA rating. Then you're going to be salty. And then this is what makes veterans salty at the VA claims process. Why? Because they didn't put in the work and the effort. So what do? Taking everything that I just said, DBQ, blank or filled out, with your medical evidence. This will mitigate that excuse from an examiner telling you, I can't access your record. Cool bet. I pulled all of my complaints, if it's your first time claiming. I'll put all my complaints from my military record, my service treatment record, out for this claim, to include current treatment, a diagnosis if you didn't get one in the military because you were scared of leadership. We know how it is. Or you was just brainwashed into thinking, hey, I'm going to do 40 years in the Marine Corps, or I'm motivated, and they're going to take care of me otherwise. No, that's still not the case. But you do all that, you take it in. Cool. You got the DBQ, because these are the questions. These are the only questions that examiner should be asking you during that examination. And it's important that you go in there and you talk about your severity and your symptoms on their worst day. It could be that day. It could be at its worst or highest. You want to talk about how you deal with the pain, the symptoms, and the issues for any disability, whether it be physical or mental, on a daily basis outside of that exam. A single doctor, sometimes multiple, if you're going for some of those harder to get service-connected disabilities and your medical evidence is not all clear, specifically PTSD, migraines, insomnia, sleep apnea. You don't want to go in 5-10 minutes and leave with a salty taste in your mouth. I don't care if that DBQ is 2 pages. You should be in there until every question is asked and you are satisfied with your response to the examiner as well as the examiner's feedback and them writing back, and that is taken into account, them actually writing stuff on your DBQ, whether it be a physical copy or a digital copy. You should definitely have them pull out any version of the DBQ that they need in order to increase your chances of service connection, as well as getting that increase, getting a higher VA disability rating, which gets you more dollars in your pocket for the injuries and the disabilities in which you're dealing with on a daily basis. Now, you're going through all that. At the end of that C&P exam, I've always asked that examiner, are they going to be recommending service connection? Will you be recommending an increase? If the answer is yes, cool. Half the battle, the main battle, is to get service connected if it's your first time claiming. The second part of that is your medical evidence should speak to the VA rating in which you'll range at, whether it be 0, 50, or 100% to the sky. Definitely want to make sure that you take care of business. And if they say no, okay, well, what can I clarify in order to remedy your decision or your thought process on not service connecting me, on not giving me an increase? If there's something that you're missing. Obviously, it's too late to do it now, but on that supplemental, during that time, if that examiner says no, still after, they've talked to you, they've given you some information on evidence or diagnosis or something that you're missing from that claim that you're missing, then, hey, as you're waiting for that denial to come in the mail or register in eBenefits, va.gov, you want to make sure that you go back to your doctor or get in contact with a doctor and start building the necessary medical evidence. So once that claim is denied, you can just roll back and submit a supplemental, and you'll still maintain that same effective date of whenever you started the intent to file for that specific claim. When that claim was denied, if you file within a year of a denied claim or a service-connected claim, you still maintain the same effective date. And this is the same stuff that I use, the same techniques and the same tricks. Not tricks, but same techniques that I utilized when I was going through the VA claims process. I got it down to a T, all my medical evidence, I packaged it individually, I gave it to my VSO, because I love utilizing the VSO. VSO is good, especially once you've done your research, you've done some screening between VSOs, and now you've identified a good one. From that point, submitted my claim, I had everything, I had folders for each different claim, so whenever I got called in for that C&P exam, I, do my proper checks, make sure it's for that right exam, for the right disability. I go into that exam, I let the examiner know, I got all my medical evidence along with a blank DBQ to make sure that all questions for this specific exam and this disability is asked properly, and I get a sufficient time to answer the question as well, because I've had obviously there's bad experiences during examinations. I'm trying to mitigate that issue, if you will. And I've never had an issue with an examiner not letting me provide them with my medical evidence or just use the DBQ. I'm gonna say, and I've told them, the whole purpose of this exam is for you to fill out a DBQ and, and from that, an IMO. They don't necessarily need to do the IMO during the duration that you're there, but they necessarily need to be filling out a DBQ. Anything less than that, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you can't complain about what VA rating you get, especially if you're going in there half-assed, don't know what the fuck you're doing, don't know what, the DBQ even looks like, how many pages, what questions need to be asked, or, you're going in 5-10 minutes, walking out, fucking going about your day. No, fuck that. Get it right. It's 2024. Get a dragon. Where the benefits at? But till next time, you like this fucking type of content, you know what to do. This motherfucking Debo out.